All right, guys, we're at the summit of Mount Williams and it's 5:20 and we're thinking about maybe setting up right there, but we'll see. Good morning, guys. This is my mom, by the way. Hi. We are headed up to Mount Greylock, which is the highest point in Massachusetts today, to do a little bit of hiking on the Appalachian Trail.
Appalachian Trail, hiking that has been, not the entire thing, but at least sections of it has been a bucket list thing of mine since college. So
here we go.
We just crossed over the Charles River for your information. Oh, it's pumpkin field. And keep it short.
All right, we are
like...
here.
Pardon me? Oh.
And yeah, it's about 1:40, so we're gonna eat some lunch and then hit the trail.
Yeah. It feels kind of weird. We're actually here. We made it.
We made it. Here we go. Whew, okay. Time for some elevation. We're already breathing. That's good though. So what's wrong?
It means when I slid my, thanks, point out my mistakes on the trail. When I slid my hydration bladder down into my pack before I finished filling my pack, I didn't check to make sure the hose wasn't kinked. And just now I discovered it is, because I can't get any water. So it's not a fun adjustment to make with a full pack.
Just your standard walk in the woods at this point. I think we have a little bit more elevation gain. And then once we kind of get close to the summit, it'll mostly be walking like this, but with views. So about 3 miles in, so a little over halfway, and we're gonna be going down that way. But check this out.
We still have 3.3 more miles to go to Greylock.
Hey guys. Oh, my hair's looking great. Awesome. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. This is tough. It's fun, but tough. So the fall leaves everywhere cover up roots and rocks, and so make it really hard to walk. And then right now, where we're at, kind of reaching the summit of Mount Greylock, the trail is basically like an ongoing little trickling waterfall. So it's like we're walking in a little stream bed. It is the trail itself though. And we need to get to our campsite soon. It's a little chilly. All right, guys, we're at the summit of Mount Williams and it's 5:20 and we're thinking about maybe setting up right there, but we'll see. Time to eat. Hey guys, it's dinner time. Cooking up some stroganoff here. We had a little appetizer, yeah, now we're just trying to stay warm.
What was our appetizer?
It was quinoa with smoked salmon.
What kind of salmon?
I said smoked salmon.
No, what kind of salmon?
Pacific salmon, the best.
Line caught, salmon.
Wild, the best salmon.
From the Pacific Northwest.
Yes, so good. Anyway, just trying to stay warm. It's not that cold, but like I can't stop shivering, so that's not good. So we're working on tying up our food bag now, so the bears don't get it.
Nope.
First time's a miss.
Second try. Hey. Okay.
Only the second try. Nice going, Mom. She's not ready to wake up yet, so I'm going to make some coffee. We are about 10 or 15 minutes away from the summit and warming up a little bit, even though the sun's kind of gotten overcast and it's a bit windy, but our blood's pumping, so that's keeping us warm. And yeah, should be at the summit here shortly, and then it'll be time to turn back and head I think like 5 miles or so back to the car, but that should be got a lot faster going because we'll be mostly downhill the whole time. So that's what we're up to now. Woo, that's a loose board. There it is, the end of the road, right up there.
The tower. Ignore the fact that there's a parking lot up there.
Yay, we did it! So it's not visible, but Boston is 109 miles that way. Guys, so we just got back to the car and Mom had like drained her water earlier, so she had gotten a refill up at the peak. She's like, I need to figure out how I'm gonna drink some water. And then we both realized I packed some extra water, like waiting for us in the car. She took it to the next level and she's got some hard apple ciders for us to enjoy. Nice going, Mom.
Cheers. Cheers to a good hike.
Oh yes. Oh my gosh. So the car would not start when we got back to it, which was not great because we're 3 hours away from Boston, so that. And a very nice gentleman and his wife tried to help us jump it, but that did not work. And so the thought is maybe it's not the battery. So I called Danny because I was like, I needed to first of all let him know that we might be late, and next see if he had any ideas. And he gave me the trick that he's been doing every time the car has trouble starting, which we've had a couple problems of in the past. I just haven't been in the one in the driver's seat. So he gave me the tips and the car started. So we were good to go. All right, let's talk about that hike.
Let's do a hike recap.
Yes. There was one moment last night. I had gotten out to go to the bathroom and
she didn't realize it because she had taken her hearing aids
and
out.
I had rolled over.
As I was getting back in the tent, I had my little headlamp on, and the way it was shining, she could kind of see, and it looked like somebody was like shining a light on our tent.
On the outside of the tent.
Oh my gosh. And she
it
like
froze.
she like froze, and I could feel her like acting weird, and I was like, what is going on? And she goes, is that
kicked
you?
you.
Is that you with the light? She's like kicking me, like thinking I'm asleep, and she goes, okay, kick me once. If no, that's not you with the light, kick me twice.
Because I can't hear what she's saying
It
without
was
my
so
hearing aids.
funny.
Both of us had a heavy pack on, and we haven't had a heavy pack on in quite a while. And admittedly, both of our packs were probably a little bit heavier than they needed to
Well,
be.
you know what? We were doing kind of like a glamping backpacking
I know.
situation.
We had to have 1 pound of salmon that I carried was worth it.
I don't know about that. I definitely would have done better if I had more thermal layers for pants.
Definitely.
My like core and arms and everything were somewhat good after I got like my smart wool and my long john underwear and like all my layers on. I was somewhat good.
Well, I really appreciate that we came up that side of Mount Greylock.
Yeah,
Though it was all that
view.
elevation gain. Yeah, we had even some of the peekaboo views we had that weren't clear or wide open.
Yeah.
Was so stunning with the fall colors.
One of the things that we did right was our campsite.
Oh, I forgot about
which
that.
you
Yeah.
picked out, and it's not an official campsite, guys, but
Yeah, and
it
you're
was
not
awesome.
supposed to do what we did. And we
Yeah, you're
probably
really
shouldn't
not
publish
supposed
this.
to.
But you're supposed to only stay at the designated lean-tos and shelters.
Yeah.
And we passed one, and we had a certain distance to go before we hit the next one.
Right. We
And I
didn't
knew-
realize how far it was.
Yeah, and I knew the sun was starting to kind of, it's like, oh my gosh, this is like a to die for campsite.
Yeah.
Beautiful flat, all kinds of fallen leaves to make it cushy and soft.
And some
out
like
of sight from the trail. But to be fair though, you know, I had checked the temperature projections, and it was not projected to get as cold as it did.
yeah. Overall though, a great backpacking trip.
It was a win.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
We could have done some things better, but
Yeah.
we didn't get eaten by a bear or mauled by a bear.
That's right.
Our food was not affected by bears or raccoons
Yeah.
or other
Yeah.
animals.
Right.
Neither of us killed each other, so that's good. But hey, all good. We had a good time. We are not too totally worn out. So we got a little over an hour left to go till we're back in Boston. And yeah, I think that's all for now though. So thanks for joining me
Thanks
and my
for
mom.
letting me come along, guys.